Hi guys, it's Michelle. I I just wanted to talk about this Nicholas Cruz shooting and all the debate that's going on about guns, but now being blamed on mental illness mostly. I'm just really disturbed and really bothered by how much mental illness gets blamed as the as the as the reason why these shootings happen, as these shootings happen because of mental illness. Um, Mental illness in the DSM, mental illness, one of the symptoms of mental illness is not shooting or murdering people. It is not in the book of a symptom of mental illness. Um, Anyone can do a shooting. It does not mean that you have a mental illness because you do a shooting. Um, it's just what people resort to, not having answers, not knowing what to deal with, not knowing what to call, not knowing what to blame these shootings on. People resort to blaming it on mental illness, and this is not helping the stigma that surrounds mental illness. It's not helping. It's not helping. It's not helping the problems that already surround mental illness, and I'm really, really sick and tired of every time mass shootings happening that here we are again blaming it on mental illness when murder is not a symptom of mental illness. It is not what it really is. I have anxiety disorder. I had eating disorder in high school. I almost died from it. I relapsed from it later. I got better. I got healed. But anywhere in the time where I was really suffering, or anywhere in the time that I was almost dying because I was sick, because I was too skinny, because I have a mental illness, was I capable of hurting somebody or murdering somebody, or did those thoughts ever cross my mind? The way you're making people with things like depression and anxiety and these disorders that are all grouped in the same name, mental illness. The way you're making this look like and feel and blaming all this on we need to deal with the real problem, mental health, it is really not fair. It is not okay. I am no less of a person because I suffer with anxiety, which anxiety disorder is you just have anxiety worse than the real anxiety that a normal person would have. The point is, I would never shoot someone. I would never harm someone. People with mental disorders are extra careful. They're sensitive. They are so far from this killing machine that the media, that people are so easy to blame school shooters on. Do you know how that makes us feel? Do you know how that makes people with mental illness continue to isolate themselves? Do you know that this is hurting us? My family, we just had a huge thing on this. I did a huge speech. I sang. We had an evangelist come to speak to people about the gospel. We spent $7,000, over $7,000, on talking about the stigma around mental illness, the stigma on mental illness, that we're shooters, that we're capable of something like this. And when people think mental illness, which is happening right now, everyone's blaming Nicholas Cruz on his mental illness, but I'm not even sure he really had one. He had other issues which people aren't looking at, like no family, like no parents, no mom, no dad, bullied. There's so many problems that happen that people seem to forget about when they so easily want to label mental illness. It really, 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 it's wrong. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. We try so hard every day to stop the stigma on mental illness, that we're not these kind of people, and then a shooting happens and the first thing people do is fight over guns and blame the gun like it's not someone holding the gun. Guns don't shoot people themselves. Yes, they're very dangerous in the wrong hands, but so is a knife and so is lots of other things. That's another issue. But just because someone murders 18 kids and does something so horrible, you can't just keep blaming mental illness. That's hurting families, that's hurting people, that's hurting people like me. It's hurting people. It makes people not want to talk up, not speak, not want to get help. It's hurting us, and it needs to stop. It just really breaks my heart. I don't even know what to say. I'm all over the place. I'm so sad. I'm so angry that this keeps happening. The governor, I just heard the governor from Texas talk about it. The governor from Florida talk about it. Trump is talking about it. Everybody's talking about how we need to focus on mental health. The percentage of people with mental health that murder people is so low. You can't just put it on mental health. People that don't have mental health problems, they shoot up people. They commit crimes. They don't care about laws. They will get the gun and they will shoot you. People with other problems, people that just got caught committing adultery that are governors, they can't deal with the guilt that that creates, and they go shoot themselves and commit suicide. So many people do it. It is not just a person with mental illness that is capable of shooting up a school, and it's actually not usually gonna be them. But that's what the media creates. The fake media creates it, and it's a real thing. Those are the people that make up these lies. They don't know what else to blame it on, but they don't look inside the house, the family, the broken homes, the people that don't have dads. The people, if you look at these school shooters, they usually don't have dads. They usually have a broken home. They're usually bullied. They're usually isolated. I wonder why. People like the media and the world, after horrible things happen, go to blame it on mental illness, go to do this. People need help. People need to stop talking bad about mental illness. It's a huge problem. I read many, 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 many facts on Nicholas Cruz, and it's really sad. It's really sad how it turned out, and no, by means is this okay what he did. It's really sad. It's really sad that FBI, that police, that everybody did not even try to stop him. It's really sad how much people bullied him and the life that he had. And society wonders why this kind of stuff happens. You have to think about the things that you say, and blaming it on mental illness, you're just stopping thousands and millions of people, because 1 in 4 people have a mental disorder of some kind, including anxiety, OCD, bipolar, all these things. These people are not capable of shooting up a place. That happens with anger. That happens without God. That happens without getting anger dealt with. That happens without hate getting dealt with, bitterness getting dealt with. There's so much things that happen. But you know what? The world, the schools, everybody has shooed God out of it. What do you think is going to happen? This is what you asked for. You asked for problems like this. You shoot everything out of the way that actually will help people get help. Like, stop blaming mental illness on shooters that were mental illness is the reason why it happens. Do you think people aren't scared of someone that has mental illness? Do you think that doesn't scare me what people are really thinking about me because I have anxiety disorder, and I am no less of a person. I wouldn't harm one person. I don't, it breaks my heart that people that are my friends, that are my kids' friends, parents, what they're actually thinking about me with this, the way the world talks about mental illness. It breaks my heart. I I don't I don't know what to say anymore. I just know that the governors are getting together. I just know Trump Trump is pushed against the wall, but do something, do something, do something. And he doesn't believe it's the gun's fault. He doesn't believe it. He knows what's happening. He knows what's happening. He knows what can happen without a father in the home. He knows what can happen, what's happening in this society. It's not the gun's fault. It's who holds the gun. And you don't have to agree with that. You don't. But you cannot say it's mental illness without doing these facts. these governors, these people, you can't always blame mental illness and then wonder why people keep isolating themselves and not getting help. This doesn't help mental illness, it just creates a much bigger stigma. A much bigger stigma. People aren't going to get help. People with mental illness, they get so isolated, they have no one to ask for help. They have no one to say, I'm hurting, I need help. They have no help. They usually don't have help. There's usually never someone that texts them and says, you know what, honey, it's gonna be okay. I'm here for you. I know how you're feeling, and or I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm there for you. There's usually not help like that. People are scared. People are scared to ask for help, and this is why. This is why. I don't know. I don't know. But you guys have to look at other people. You have to look at the other real root of the problem. It's not people shy, sweet people like me. It's not people like me that are the problem. And and also another problem is you can't group this word mental illness. The category is really huge. It goes, like I've said many times, it goes from OCD, anxiety disorder, eating disorders. There's hoarders. There's so many kinds of different things, and then schizophrenia. That's probably the worst one that you could have on the realm of A to Z with mental illnesses. And I still don't see or think people with schizophrenia would really hurt someone. They they talk to themselves, or you see them talking, I don't know, but they still deserve love too, and you can't push them to where they're crazy, or isolate them so much to where they don't have help either. I Mental health people, you need to speak up. These providers, you need to speak up and protect the mental health people. We always get attacked. We always get it after a big huge mass shooting. And it's not fair. It's breaking people's hearts who love someone with the mental illness, who know what someone with the mental illness is really like. It's causing a lot of problems, and it's not fair, and it needs to be dealt with. And I don't know, I'm going all over the place. I don't like these video things. I don't do this, but I don't know. It's this day and age where people communicate with each other like this, and I'm just saying, please stop blaming mental illness on it. Please get your facts straight and understand and study mental illness, and and you will see, if you actually do that, how much shootings don't come from people with mental illness, and how loving and amazing people are that have mental illness. And I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about all the people that I know that have it, that I love, and are some of the smartest, most special people. And they're not capable of being like Nicholas Cruz. They're not capable of hurting people. I know. I know these people. And what the world thinks mental illness is, because the world is so blinded by the stigma. And then, of course, a mass shooting happens. Oh my gosh, it's mental illness. Please, please, please stop blaming it on mental illness. It's not mental illness people doing it. Please stop. Please stop doing it. It's not fair. It's not fair to people like me, to people like us.